This is the second edition of Skype for 3. The first edition I did was with Cal and Curtis. That was the WrestleMania edition. I did it way back when. It went over pretty well. I think not too many people really saw it that much. I watched it over a bunch of times because, reflecting back on the answers that I said and whatnot. But now we're doing a second Skype for 3, AWC versus BTW versus HOPW. I am here with the owner of AWC, Tyler Williams. The current owner of HOPW, Cole Stoner, and the owner of BTW, Anthony Hill.
What's up? What's up?
How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Excited.
I like the painting in your background.
Oh, thank you. There's a lot of paintings in my background, actually.
Oh, those are pretty cool.
It's pretty. Some of them are ugly. Not even gonna lie. It's pretty decorated in here, actually.
Nice.
I think that's a cool effect if I put it like this. I'm gonna frame it just like this, because it looks good.
Oh.
Ha.
Just can't believe we actually got this to work.
Right?
Yeah, I know. I never been in a call with either one of you before, so this is actually pretty cool.
Like, I've been in, like, an AWC call once for, like, 5 minutes and then left.
Yeah, I know. I never talked to Anthony before. Well, I mean, I talked to Anthony, like, via messages.
Yeah, we spoke through messages last year. This is my first time doing anything through Skype, period. I've never done Skype or anything.
You never have? Really?
Never. I do it every day.
I feel like an old man. I've never done this before.
What, are you 34? It says Anthony Hill 34.
31.
Where's the 34 come from, then?
Oh, that's my old address when I lived in New York.
Do you still live in New York? What part of New York do you live in?
I live in Orlando now.
Ah. Well, I can tell that from the Brooklyn accents. It's a heavy accent.
Franklin has told me before that you're from Orlando. Not from Orlando, but are in Orlando now.
Oh, you're not in Orlando anymore?
No, I don't. I live in North Carolina.
Oh.
Franklin just tells me you live there.
Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah. Philly? I've never been to Philly. I know people that live there, but I've never been there.
It's pretty exciting if you don't know what you're doing, but then you don't want to turn down wrong street because then it's like, yeah, you don't want to make that left turn and then you go to North Philly. Don't end up there.
I believe, like, there's another ether that lives in, like, Philadelphia. I believe that's Todd Morris.
I have no idea who that is.
He's, like, one of the people that I usually talk to on, like, Skype.
Yeah. I don't know who a lot of e-fighters are, to be honest. People will tell me, like, oh, do you know this guy? Do you know this guy? I'm like, who's that? I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are. I'm sorry. I don't compete anywhere else, so I don't know.
I get so many friend requests, but I deny them because I'm like, I don't know you. I'm not going to add you. So.
I just see guys with, like, I have, like, a million, like, friend requests. Mm-hmm. There's, like, Spuds, like, Victorias, and everything just going down. Like, somebody decides to be, like, a Power Ranger with pick reps. It's just crazy.
Oh, pick reps. Oh, my God. I can't stress that enough. I think pick reps are the most annoying thing, to be honest.
I don't understand the point in them.
I don't either. I feel like
people fight over them. I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah, people are fighting over having AJ Styles as their pick rep. I'm like, why does that matter? It's not like it's gonna get you some advancement in your career. I mean, it might, but I hope not. But
I actually have a question for the both of you because I myself have been e-fighting for 6 years.
I've been in it for 3.
Has it been on Facebook that long, or has it been like? Because I used to e-fit when I was 16. I used to go on ProWrestling.com, the forums, and I used to e-fit through there where we used to promo underneath the written, like they'd write out a match and then we promo for the match, and we were allowed to do backstage stuff. We were allowed to do other stuff, but it evolved so much from there. So how long has it been on Facebook?
It's been on Facebook. I don't even know how long it's been on Facebook. Like, I've been on Facebook for like 9 years.
Oh, wow.
I've been on Facebook for 9 years as well, but I didn't actually start joining any Facebook groups until like 2013. So,
thing is, I didn't even start out in groups. I started out in the pages.
Oh wow.
I actually have
don't-
never been in an eFed page before. So what's the difference? Because I fail to realize what this difference is.
The difference is, like, with groups, it's, like, ultimately it's going to be competition to competition. Everybody's going to try their best to be better.
But that seems like a Facebook fed.
That's
as
the
well.
same thing because I came from where I know Tyler, you know more the V-Fedding.
Yeah.
I used to watch V-Fedding on YouTube. I watched TXW and a bunch of different ones. So I used to watch all of them together, and it was the same thing. They used to promo, but they used to promo on Xbox Live. They'd record it and then they'd copy and paste it together and make a whole show out of stuff like that. So that's what I used to watch, and that's how it got started into e-fedding again. That's how I found out the e-fedding was back. I didn't even know that it was back.
Interesting way to do it, but it seems very
It's-
complex.
Yeah. It's probably a lot harder because they used to copy and paste everything and put it together and all that.
Exactly. You have to copy and paste it, and then you have to like put it in edit. That seems very complex. I don't know. Like, hey, just send me a promo and I'll put it in the show. And I'll put it in the show.
You know, it's bad when you try to run a show and you don't know what copy and paste is.
Oh boy.
That was the thing.
Hey, I just started using Control C. Like literally. I would always like highlight it and then like right click and then left click. I would never use Control C. I literally just started using it in like March.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. My life has changed ever since I converted over to Control C and Control V.
Another question I have, this is basically one that goes throughout all of the spectrums of beefheading, because I believe there's like certain spectrums. What do you think is a better promo, a written or a video?
Video.
It matters to me because a video, you can play the character, but there's no scenes. There's no, like, you know, in a written promo, there's scenes. There's what's happening here. There's what's happening in the back. There's all sorts. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You don't get that in the video. So both of them are equal, but they're different at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like in some sorts, a lot of people who say that there's less effort in a video promo, and I feel like that's where video promos gets bad rep. But I totally disagree.
Like
What were we saying?
Sorry to cut you off, but like with the videos, I personally believe that when it comes to a video, you're actually portraying the character. You're actually doing stuff that people do in real life. You go look up John Moxley, you'll see him cutting a promo saying, New Yorkers have no backbone, and all this.
I feel like there's more impact when you say it, and I can hear you say it, and I can see your facial expression as to, I have to read it and imagine what you're doing.
But that's the thing. A good written promo, you can imagine what they're feeling.
Yeah, but
And
it's like
that's
if
what
that guy's
makes
not
it a
good, I can't imagine it at all. At least if it's a video promo and they're not good, I can get a gist of it because I can see what you're doing.
You see, yeah, sure. That's true. I mean, they have pros and cons, but I think that both of them are equally. I accept both. I don't care which one. I think both of them are fine. Both of them will work.
Yeah,
I like both of them. I'm like,
I can do it both. I prefer videos, but I can do it both. For people who say that, oh, I don't like written promos, like, no, I read written promos. Like, I run a Fed, I have to. It's an obligation, really.
Right. Sure.
Unless it's like so strictly like a video promo Fed. I never been in one before, but
I got added into one. This was the time where I could not, like, I was literally post-blocked. I was supposed to do like a video promo. I couldn't post it. So the guy told me, do a written. Like,
Just do written promo.
how am I supposed to do it?
Right. Does written promos work in AWC, Tyler?
Yeah, they do. I mean, I can't incorporate it into the show in any way, shape, or form because the show goes up on YouTube and that's all video game and video promos. Is like if you write a written promo, I'll count it. But it's like if you want to be incorporated to the show, it can't. It won't. That's why I feel like if you come to AWC, if you want to do written promos, fine and dandy, I will count them. But you have a better chance of getting more airtime if you do video promos because you have, you know, more leverage to go into feuds, and then the feud gets on the show, and I could create promo packages, and then it looks awesome when it becomes on pay-per-view. So, in my perspective, you know, that's why I say video promos are better.
Completely understandable.
It does fit better for V-fetting.
So I have a question for both of you. So I'm not familiar with, I'm somewhat familiar with Cole's character, but like, what were your like initial EFED characters, like your very first one, and then what would you say is your favorite character?
You want to go first or me, Anthony?
Nah, you can go first, man. You can go first. I'm trying to think.
My first character, which was the worst idea I had about it, was I ran it in page form, which I did not know about groups back then. So it did not turn out well, especially when you have a 14-foot snake that wants to beat your ass. Like A-rated.
Jake the Snake?
A-rated.
Ooh.
I'll talk about him another time, but like my first EFED character was actually my managerial character in HOPW now, because there's a general manager, then there's the owner. The general manager is CTS, the original character I had thought up with. He was basically the smiling Southern boy face, and eventually turned into like a rich snob prick. And then I had the bad idea of fighting A-rated.
A-rated.
And back then, like, you hear about how VTech is like one of the best. A-rated back then, there was no competition like there is now. He would literally rip your head off. Of course, he's not like that now because he's pretty much out of the business. So, yeah, my first character was CTS, and the current character I'm doing now, which is Stoner, and like I'm coming up with a new one. Like, Stoner's probably my favorite character. Met a lot of friends through it.
Yeah. Stoner.
I remember that pep talk you gave me.
With who?
My first character, I don't remember my very first one back when it was on the forums, but when I first started back on Facebook, I played the typical character. He was the cocky. First, they wanted me to be a face because the EFED I was in said that they didn't have enough faces. They had too many heels. So I was an arrogant, cocky face, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I was basically the Rock, like making jokes and all that other stuff. And then after I won the world title, they had me flip. They were like, okay, you could be a heel now. So I was like, okay. So I turned heel and I was still a cocky, arrogant, whatever. Then I started BTW and I left that EFED. And I just been playing the basically the Vince McMahon boss since. Just the asshole boss that gets on your nerves. I face guys just being the asshole boss, basically.
Sounds like the Tyler Williams character. Except I feel like in a way, I mean, I always say that Tyler Williams is almost like its own personality. Like people will say like, oh, I'm Vince McMahon. It's like, I feel like in a sense I'm just Tyler Williams. Like Tyler Williams is like a major dick.
Exactly.
that everyone hates. It's like, I feel like if you hear the name Tyler Williams and you don't even know me, it's usually always negative. And for me, that's a good thing because it's like I'm always supposed to be. I am constantly in character like all the time, and it's in a way I feel like it's bad because when I bring in people, I kind of teach them you should stay in character as much as possible so that way you endorse it and that you become the character, and that way it's much easier to write it and to put video if you live that character. In some ways it's bad because I feel like some people will actually, you know, have a cocky character and then they are actually a cocky asshole in real life. Todrick Francis, I know I don't want to put you out there, buddy, but you live the character to the max.
Yours truly.
Yours truly.
Yours
I mean, I brought him in. I told him live the character, and he followed that rule. I mean,
He followed it. He's great. I tell him all the time. He's world champion material. If
he's
he will
world
follow
champion
through.
AWC right now.
See, he's world champion material if he'll follow through with it. He doesn't follow through with it all the time. And I tell people that all the time. I'm just here working off of what you give me. And if you don't give me anything, I can't give you anything. That's the way it is. I don't want to sound like a dickhead, but that's what it is, you know?
It's like, you don't give me anything to work off of, then what do you expect me to do?
Exactly. That's how it is.
Makes sense to me.
Makes sense to me too.
Actually, thinking back on it, I brought in a few people. How many guys did you bring in? I can't count them on top of my head. I'm looking to name them. So, like, who did you bring in the feds that I might know?
All the people that I brought in, like, there's one recent one. There's none. Like, the people I brought in were back then, and they just washed out. Because they tried to be like, oh, I want to be Shawn Michaels! Gets super kicked and gets thrown out of the fucking arena. And
Is there even a Shawn Michaels based character? I don't know any.
there's, like, a terrible one in DRW. But the one I brought in is Quinn Damon, Shane Suggs. He's actually doing well, which I didn't even want him to get into EF. I think he was one of those friends that I didn't want to suffer.
I didn't want to drag him into this life of pain and misery.
Yeah, especially when you have to tell someone they lose, and they get, and here's basically how they react. I will fucking stab you, mate. I'll fucking wreck you.
Did you have that knife set up for this exact moment? I feel like you did.
Oh no, it's on my table. Like I
That
went.
knife is there just in case you slip up or something. Say something messed
Actually,
up.
I feel like Cole had that knife there and was waiting for someone to bring up some type of story that would be related for him. Like, oh, I'm just gonna bring up a knife now. Perfect timing.
Perfect time.
actually, like I had it here. I undid it and like went for a walk because like I live near a bunch of fields and there's snakes. So I want to be protected in case like a snake decides, you know, this guy looks like a dick. I'm gonna bite him.
Chop his head off.
I read it.
But yeah.
Who? I can name on top of my head. DJK, T Dynamite, Cal, Demon Desmond, Adam Belaz, Alejandro Leyva, Dean. Let's see, Leo Shepard, which you guys don't even know who he is. I don't want to say Curtis Strong. I just like
I don't think
I didn't bring him into EFEDS. It just like got him back into the mix of it because he was like so disinterested in it. And
Curtis was like, I remember when I first met Curtis, I thought he was. I actually love Curtis. Like I'm like in character, I fucking hate his guts. But that's because I get booked against him, and I literally pull everything out.
That have people that I know have never worked with each other, so it can mean something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I had some AWC exclusive. I mean, Dane up until he quit and left. Fucking asshole. Then I had Alejandro, which people hate him anyway. Adam Belaz. A new guy, Leo Shepard, and 4-point Desmond Rollins. So it's like I had these guys and they were exclusive to my company, and people would constantly say, why are they just exclusive to your company? You don't want to share. You're just a cocky asshole. You think you're so good. You think it'd be so good. I'm like, oh my God. It's like I want them to develop here, mainly because it's like namesake, but it's like I want them to develop here so that way when they go off, they distance out, it's like, well, you learned, you've practiced here. This is where you start, and then you just spread your wings and fly. But apparently that's like you just want to have all the all the apples in your basket. And it's like
apparently that's like kicking the Pope in the dick.
Exactly. Because I want a few more apples in my basket. I'm the bad guy here. I don't get it.
I think that's the best way to do it, because honestly, I started with my friend. I don't know if maybe Franklin probably told you guys. My friend who used to live across the street from me, Matt, he started out in BTW when I first started it. He was the first world champion. I brought him in. He got upset about losing, or he left with the other guys the first time. And after that, like, I just want to keep exclusive guys. So then there was the Mastersons, the Ralstons, the Eric King, and then DC Zamchan. I don't know how long he was in AWC, but when he came to BTW, he did a good job. He was a world champion. Like I like to keep those exclusive guys. It was easier to keep guys that never worked with each other, so that when they work with each other, it means something. It could be a great feud. Exactly. So that was my mind state when I started BTW.
Okay, let's get into some questions. I have about 4. 2 were privately and 2 were public. I'll just go with 1 private so far. So I feel like this question definitely is just to one side me, but it is, of any characters you've had in all feds, which did you like and which didn't you like? So basically, like, if I had a character in BTW, what did you like about it, what didn't you like about it, whatnot? And I feel like this is one-sided towards me, because any character I had in BTW or HOPW, they lost all their matches, and they weren't very good. I mean, they weren't...
You can always come back, Tyler. You come back.
I didn't even know you were in
It's like,
there.
oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, God. BTW, everyone just knows me there for the guy who came in with this... Oh my God, I don't even want to talk about it. For this guy who came in with huh?
You had a bio on New Rising, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I came in with a gay character.
That's right. That's right. I saw the bio and I was like.
And people said it was softcore porn, and that was the only promo I did. So it's like, this guy came in, he did pornography, and he left. That's why I had like such a bad reputation down there for a minute. And then I went to HOPW, and I think, I don't know who was running what, and I thought they had something against me because it's like I lost 3 matches straight, and I'm like, my promos were better, and it's like, I know they are better. It's like, I could tell that my promos were better. I mean, not the last one wasn't better, but I was like, I could tell my promos were better for the first 2. It's like, so it's like, dude, what's going on? And he didn't respond, so I just left. I'm like, whatever. And I'm like, hey, I'm not an e-fetting guy.
But you were always in all of the polls.
Don't even bring that up, okay? I didn't put my name there. I never put my name in those polls. Someone from AWC will say, hey, let's put the boss in there. And I'm like, I just get there and I see my name and I'm like, oh, cool. And then I start winning. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. But then a whole outbreak happened because I was winning. Like, seriously, everything just fell apart. Like, people were, like, yelling and screaming. Like, oh, why isn't this guy in there? Why is this guy who's never been in HOPW winning the poll? And it's like, I didn't start. And then everyone's putting fingers at me like, I didn't start this. I didn't tell my guys to come here and vote. I didn't. I really didn't. They voted for me.
Like, some people said, oh, hey, they were adding people into like, HOPW, but some of them were there. There were like 5 people added, and they weren't by you. They were by other people, and they rocked the vote. Like, originally, oh, hey, we could have, like, Stoner fighting Miguel and Strong. We could have, like, TJ fighting Miguel and Strong. Oh, no. Like, 5 million votes of Jin Kaze.
Yeah, I mean, was Jim winning for a while? I don't even think Jim was in the vote. I think you were thinking of someone else.
Jin wasn't winning for the first 15 minutes it was up. And then, like, I don't know who got the notification, but it was one AWC guy that changed it all.
One AWC guy went and then put my name in it, and then I started winning. And I wasn't aware of this for a minute, but I mean, I was aware I had like 2 votes, so I'm like, oh well. I said I would promo if I won. I didn't say I would start competing there, but I said if I won, I would promo. That instantly said, hey, let's make sure he wins. That's all I said.
It went bad. So
It translated to let's make sure that this guy wins, and then everything went to hell, and then everyone pointed fingers at me saying that I sent my people over there, and it's like I didn't send them over there. I really
I
didn't.
didn't send shit.
I didn't do anything. I did nothing wrong. That's the one word you always hear from me. I did nothing wrong.
You see nothing. You know nothing.
Snitsky, it wasn't my fault.
It wasn't. It naturally wasn't.
And I think that is why HOPW gets bad reps for their polls.
Like every time I post a poll, like when Tech posted polls, he would post it and go to bed. Wakes up, there's like 5,000 arguments. 10 people have left.
See,
Blood has been spilled.
If there's an argument at AWC, my anxiety triggers and I can't sleep. So he's lucky.
That's what happens in BTW because I get all the arguments in the lounge and it blows my phone up, and my phone's on 20% by the time I wake up in the morning. So I'm just like, okay, this is annoying.
I still remember the one poll in HOPW, and that's actually one of the reasons why some of my guys didn't like Tech for a while. There was a poll. He was saying which feds should I compete in, and it was like this fed, this fed, this fed, and he didn't put AWC in there. So someone said put AWC as an option. So he did, and then AWC won. But where did he go? He went to BTW instead. And I think that's part of the reason why my guys, for a while, they didn't like to VTech. Like, I think if you went to, like, some of live reactions or some reviews, like, people were, like, saying, fuck VTech and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, hey.
I remember those.
Yeah. I'm like, hey.
Remember the Mohicans?
Yeah, I remember the Mohicans. 2-time tag team champions.
Wonderful.
Brian King didn't do shit. And neither did VTech. I mean, VTech did one promo. It was
Brian
good.
Tired
one.
now.
Cole did like 3, and that was it.
I did like 3 during the time. Like, I do not know like the number count of how many promos I've cut.
And then I confront Cole about AWC, and then he ignores me. I'm like, okay.
I felt like you gave me a pep talk.
I wasn't. I was saying, okay, let's do this. Let's roll with this, and then you're just like,
all right. So I just I started getting the notifications. I'm like half dead on sleep. I'm like,
so you're telling me when you woke up, you couldn't process what I said?
When I woke up, I clicked off every single conversation I had, and then I went back to sleep for like 10 more minutes.
So your response was, hey, Tyler, and I'm like, hey, Cole, how about this? And then it's like, he didn't respond again. I'm like, so you don't want to be? Okay.
Okay. I want to be part of it. I'm completely fine with it. Like, just like, I couldn't respond to it because like, there's like, so let me tell you that I think I'm in the most feds because I joined a fed. They put me in their chat. NCW chat blows up with 420 messages. Really funny, right?
There is no AWC chat, so you don't have to worry about it.
NCW chat.
No, I'm saying there is no AWC chat, so you don't have to. If
I
there
know.
is, I'm not in it.
Well, let me start an AWC chat now.
Don't invite me.
And add him first.
They're probably all just like, I fucking hate Tyler, he's the worst. I can imagine that's probably what they're all saying right now.
So, this is a question for both of you. I know throughout e-fetting there are people that are, like, assholes, or just people that you don't get along with. So, who do you think is your least liked e-fetter?
See, do I want to say Josh Steinberg, or do I want to say VTech?
Like,
I have to say Rad. Like, the
which
first,
version of Rad?
All of them.
Elon Rod's left nut or Sebastian Morningstar.
He drives me crazy. Since the first time he joined BTW, I was in a gym. Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but I was in the gym, and I just kept getting notifications. This guy was in the lounge, just driving everybody crazy. And then he kept saying, "I'm in character. I'm in character. It's okay to say." I'm like, "It's not okay to say. It's not okay for you to do these things." Then he came back with the Sebastian character. I thought he was actually going to do promos. Jesus Christ, he still didn't do promos. Still said he was the best. And I was like, okay, I can't deal with this kid. And we just back and forth, just bumping heads nonstop. Like, I can't deal with this guy.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Josh Steinberg, and that's for the reason that's like, me and Dominic don't get along. Dominic hates me, but it's like, I have nothing against the VTech character. Actually, if you go to AWC, I treat the VTech character very well. He's one of the very few characters that I never, like, bury. And it's like, even though it's like, in my circumstances, I feel like I should, it's like, I don't. It's like, he's one of the more protected characters in AWC, so it's like, I can't really say I don't like VTech, because I like the character. But Josh Steinberg, oh my god, that dude just got on my fucking nerves. Even though we were buddy for a minute, and then like the next second, you know, he just starts lying to me, and then like, you know, he lies about cancer. So that just, you know, run off the Josh Steinberg, Jason Saxon move very fast. I heard he came back into e-fetting. I'm not entirely sure, but if he did, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's back.
I believe he said he came back, and he said some things that were very badly timed, made things even worse, and he said like he's focusing on school now.
Oh God.
Of course he is.
I feel bad for the kid, but it's like,
I don't.
you lied about cancer.
I know you don't.
He deserves it. He lied to me about multiple things, not just the cancer. I already knew he was lying about the cancer. Like, I didn't have to tell you that. So
when he told me he got cured in a week, I was like,
yeah, a lot of people were saying that a lot of people say that they, like, when he said he got cured in like a week, like, none of them actually just like straight up said it in like a call. I heard like two people say it in like the Skype call. And
oh no, I called him
so
out on that shit.
When I decide to message someone trying to save their reputation because they're attacking somebody because he hated on a cancer patient.
Seems like me.
And just like decided to, let's quit the company, let's kill it. The company was AWC.
Exactly.
Tyler, I defended you.
I know you did. Thank you very much. Because you know what? It's like, in any situation, it's like, I didn't even need to know that, like, it was before he got cured in a week. I'm like, I like you, but I know you're lying. I know you're lying about the cancer. It's like, first of all, I didn't see not a single fucking family post on your page about pray for Josh. Oh, I'm happy that Josh is recovering or whatever. I didn't see a single post on your page.
I know that was one of the main
Second of all, the way you're just going about this is just entirely wrong. I feel like he almost kind of made it a campaign just to get attention. It's like, I know Josh is an attention seeker, so this will be something that he does. It's like, this is all connected. And I'm like, you're lying, Josh. I know you. I brought you in, Josh. I know you're lying to me. Like, come on, don't sit here and tell me your shit.
Like, a lot of people made.
And then when I called him out, everyone hated me. I'm like, oh my god, okay. Now watch when I'm telling the truth. No one's going to apologize.
Like, when I first figured it out, I was like, I had made the kid my cover. One of my family members actually added the Jason Saxon account.
I didn't even sell that shit. I was like, why? Oh, you guys are making him your cover when he doesn't have cancer. I'm like, yeah, and then I got heat for that.
Yeah, I remember when you made that, like, get well, Josh, and you, like, put a song in there. I don't remember what song it was.
Oh, it was like, I will remember you.
And people got so pissed.
Yo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, dude, I know you're fucking lying. Like, don't try to tell me that. And like, if you aren't lying, it's like, oh well. But it's like, if you are, I know you are. So it's like, yeah, okay. Let's play around with this. It's like, yeah, I know people are going to get pissed at me. That's a good thing, because it's like, then they're going to feel really fucking bad when it comes out that he doesn't have cancer. So it's like, yeah, let's play around with it. So yeah. I did. AWC closed shop for a while, partially because of that. But people tried to take down AWC, and then shit blew over.
I remember times where like I was mad at people in AWC. I remember times where I was fine with people with AWC. Then I remember when I defended Tyler, I nearly lost one of my good friends, and I got called an ignorant bastard.
That's because I'm one of the most hated people in E-Feds. Don't you know this by now?
Well, at least you tell the truth.
I speak the truth. A lot of people just don't like to hear it.
People hate to hear the truth.
Truth hurts.
Exactly.
So that's why Tyler made sure in his goodbye retirement video. At least I didn't fake my cancer. Oh!
Damn. I'm just like flipping everyone off, like, yeah, fuck you guys. Like, I'm not gonna go all sad and shit and like some. I just want to thank everyone. I'm like, you guys don't fucking believe me, so it's like, fuck you guys. Bye.
So, you said you had like 3 more questions.
Oh yeah, what are the 3?
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we got so incorporated into what we were talking about. So Franklin asked, and they got 4 likes, why am I not hosting this as the guy in all 3? Franklin, the reason you're not hosting is because it's called Skype for 3, not Skype for 4. It's AWC versus BTW versus HOPW. I get you're in all 3 of them, but you see, Cole's technically not in AWC right now. Anthony's not in AWC right now. I'm not in any of their companies right now. So it made sense that it'd be us 3. If it was you, it would be AWC, BTW, and HOPW versus, then it wouldn't make any sense. So it's like, that's the reason why you were hosting it, buddy. I'm sorry.
Doesn't he have his own company as well?
Battleborn Wrestling, I'm not in it. I mean, I'm sure it's probably going over well, but it's like, he keeps on taking breaks and all this kind of stuff, so I'm like, yeah.
Like, some people will promo for a company, but you can't naturally just say, oh, hey, guys, I'm going to message you on Facebook. I'm going to add all my friends, because you can't trust all your friends sometimes to promo.
No.
Nope.
That's why nothing has ever worked for me except for HOPW.
That's the problem. There's too many feds out there. Too many people are making too many feds, and everybody's just joining every single fed. So it's like there's nothing exclusive.
This is why I had contracts, and people hated that.
I wanted to do contracts, but it didn't go over. Everybody was like, "Why are you doing stupid contracts?"
Oh no, people who had to sign them. It's like, oh, well, you had to sign it. And a lot of people didn't follow it, and towards the end, I was just like, whatever. But what was the next question? Alejandro asked, yeah, please don't call his name. If you could have one person from each company, who would it be and why? For example, from HOPW, which person would you have from AWC, and one person from BTW, and so on? I guess one guy you would have from HOPW that's not in BTW and AWC, I guess.
I like Osiris.
Del Monte.
I mean, the first couple weeks, the HOPW versus BTW page, it was a train wreck. But once everybody got on page and the promo started going, Osiris and Jackson Ellis were going at it. That was one of my favorites. Besides Zach Murphy and VTech, those two, their promos were great. But Osiris and Jackson Ellis, they stayed on it the whole time. So I would love to have Osiris from HOPW. And AWC, majority of them are in BTW already.
Exactly.
I want Tyler Williams. Tyler Williams versus Tony Blaze.
That match will only happen if you come to AWC.
Okay, so with mine, I would honestly say, are we counting the retired?
Yeah, I guess you can count the retired.
I know there's a few retired workers that are like occasional in BTW.
I want Alejandro Leyva so I can make him a jobber. No, I'm just kidding.
From BTW, there's one guy that I honestly enjoy. I just enjoy his voice. And that is Masterson.
Oh,
Yes, I enjoy his voice too. I love Jason Masterson.
Masterson.
I wanted him in AWC for the longest time, but he would never jump over, and I was depressed.
Jade is a very loyal person. He's extremely loyal. He's extremely humble. So.
Oh wait, Jade? No, I was thinking.
That's
He's
just,
cool too, but I was thinking about Brandon Mackey. I was thinking about his character.
Oh, Ralston. You're talking about Kevin Ralston, right?
Yeah, Kevin Ralston.
Yeah, Kevin Ralston. Yeah, he's the face. He's awesome too.
He's BTW loyalty, so I'm like, hey, come over here. I want to use you. And he's like, nah. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go drink some bleach.
and looking at AWC, I hear that Tyler Williams guy is promising.
I hear he's pretty promising
that's
too.
two for
I
Tyler.
heard he's also pretty negligent when it comes to like jumping ship to other places. So
So obviously, the first match you're having against is Curtis Strong, Osiris Christian Reign, Nate Faber.
oh boy, you're gonna have me against matches of people I don't like, people who don't like.
Like
Yeah, people-
I like the kid. I like the guy because I know he's chill out of character, Milad. But when he's in character, he
has no filter.
he will cut a promo raping your dead mother's corpse.
See, those are the promos that turn off. If you wouldn't do it in real life, don't do it in a promo. Because
If somebody
it's
does that in real life, I believe there would be cops called or
It's
the
unbelievable.
authorities.
I can't.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, you still got one AWC guy, even though every AWC guy and their mom is probably in HOPW already. So
What?
oh yeah, you said me. Never mind. From HOPW, it's like I don't know. I can't think of anybody. I'm not neither one of your feds, so I can't really say. I mean, from last I was there. Let's see, Curtis Strong, because Curtis Strong will never ever compete in AWC full time again. He never has. And from BTW, Kevin Ralston.
Yeah. Is Miguel in AWC?
Miguel doesn't do anything in AWC. He used to, but he doesn't do anything in AWC. Even though he's a champion right now, he doesn't do anything in AWC.
Because Miguel is pretty talented.
He is. He could be X Division champion right now, but doesn't want to do anything. I don't know if he's still holding grudges about the whole Josh Steinberg situation. I actually did a video in AWC where I actually did a parody and making fun of him.
I saw the video. You got some heat for that boy. You got some heat for that.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, I'm in the AWC page.
Oh, All Wrestling Network?
Yeah, I'm in that page. I watch you on YouTube all the time. Like I said, I watch VFeds on YouTube all the time. I watch the Xbox and the PS4 one usually, but yours is just as entertaining. It's pretty cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I got quite a bit. I got some hate from Cal on that, but me and Cal go at it all the time. So he's like, "Oh, you're so immature," and I'm like, "You know what? Deuces," and I kicked him out. And it wasn't just because of that situation. It's like me and Cal just been going at it for the past 2 years. So it's like, goodbye. You're gone. Peace. And then I have one more question that was selected privately, and this one wanted to stir some controversy, and I like the slogan "Controversy creates cash,"
Okay.
so I am glad to answer it.
Okay, Tyler Russo.
I like that slogan. I'm one of the most controversial persons in eFeds, hands down. So the question was, what was the question? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. The question was, name one thing from each eFed that you do not like. Not a positive, just a negative.
I've gone first on like every other question. You go ahead.
I mean,
What
they
don't
not-
I like about? I mean, the only reason I could say is that it's an EFED. I'm not an EFED person, really. What don't I like about BTW?
everything. Most people don't like the new Rising setup.
No,
But
I hear New Rising all the time. I can't say I don't like New Rising because I was only there for like.
no, I mean a lot of people don't like that you have to start a new Rising. But the way that I did it was you have to start a new Rising in order to so that we could see your promos and see where you are to get you to the next stage. And a lot
I
of people
don't-
understand that.
I get your point, and I definitely agree with you. Now, I agree with you 100%. I just think that probably a select few people should just go straight to the main roster. That's just my opinion. But
Yeah,
that's not
exactly.
what I don't like about BTW, because I agree with you on that. What don't I like about BTW? I think it's just that it's an EFED. I think that's really the only thing I don't like about BTW. The one thing I don't like about HOPW is that HOPW has a hatred towards AWC. That's the only thing I don't like about HOPW.
Thing is, we haven't had that hatred for like ever since like Tech left, because some of the originals didn't stick around when Tech left. Shady got mad at me. Venom appeared but then disappeared. But Anthony, do you have your dislikes up, or should I go?
HOPW, I just didn't like the we invented e-fetting concept when we first started this whole Battle of the Gods thing. It was like, Jesus Christ, can we just get this done? Like, let's get it started. AWC, I mean, everybody in AWC is in BTW. It's like one's V-fetting and one's E-fed. One's V-fed, one's E-fed with the same people. So you can't really hate when it's the same thing. It's just a couple of different storylines, but everybody there. I mean, right now, Jinkazi, DC, those are all main players on Devastation. That's all main players for you. T Dynamite, he was just in a tag team with Big Country. Big Country's in AWC, I think, right?
Yeah, he is.
So everybody's in.
Everyone's in
Yeah,
BT. Everyone from AWC goes to BTW, and that's mainly
Yeah.
because of Arizona. He does like advertising AWC all the time. I get on that. I'm like, stop advertising BTW, my company, damn it. Like that's one of the nitpick of mine. It's like, don't advertise at the companies. I mean, that's just a nitpick of mine.
Oh, it's Arizona's fault. He's fired.
Yeah.
I hope he hears this.
So, I'm gonna start with AWC.
Awesome.
What I dislike about AWC, which it's not really a dislike of the company, because honestly, it's an interesting concept that I myself did not see in like any other VFed. There's like one person I don't like on your roster that really affects me. Because of my own personal experiences with him. Trayvon.
Oh, God.
Trayvon technically is suspended indefinitely, so you don't have to worry about him for a while.
Oh, okay, good. Good, like, just him licking things.
Oh, a lot of people. He's one of the most hated guys in AWC. Behind Alejandro, of course.
And E-fetting altogether. Because
Yeah,
the
and
new
E-fetting as
Ryzen, he left because people were attacking him.
He
I remember
leaves all the
hearing
time.
about that from, like, Amari and Miguel.
Yeah.
About Trayvon entering BTW, New Rising.
A new Ryzen, and then he left because he said he was getting picked on.
And, BTW, the only real beef I have with it, like, some of the competitors, obviously, they're amazing in their own right. One thing I do have a problem with is the whole liking and, like, complimenting the hell out of it.
I hate that too. I hate that too.
Like,
I understand you completely. I know exactly where you're going because I hate it too.
because, like, all I see is, like, notifications, like, there's, like, 20 promos above. I just cut, like, a 10,000 word promo, and, like, no likes, but like
Yeah.
15 sentences of saying, "I'll wreck you, mate. Try me. You won't. No balls." Just like hashtag no balls, hashtag no balls, going on for like 15 sentences.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I have an issue with.
I know. We used to do back and forths, and that stopped. And I think everybody does promo and then promo to answer back, and it's like a regular back and forth in the comments will do just as fine as cutting another promo. Like, you don't have to cut a 500-word promo after you just cut a 1,000-word promo because somebody else just countered you with like another 1,000-word promo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
a tweet will be fine after if Tyler does a promo against me and then I answer him back and then he hits me with a tweet and I hit him with a tweet and we're just going back and forth in the comments. That's enough build up for a feud to go just fine. But people just go overboard with it. I never liked that, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I remember when somebody asked for a back and forth in AWC with me. I think it was me versus Arizona and like a back and forth. I was having fun with it, and then like I said like I don't have time for this, and I was legitimately going to leave to like watch a movie with my parents, and then all of a sudden Jin Kaze comments, and that starts like a whole entire war.
Oh God.
The Mohicans come in.
Oh, that was when Jin Kaji threatened to kill you, right?
Yes. And you know what's even worse? Me and Tech scheduled a meetup, and like on his Facebook, he had in North Carolina.
And then
So
Jin's
that
like,
was
I don't
really-
live too far in from you. And then Cole was like, oh my God, please don't come and kill me.
Yeah, that was more of Tech's thing than mine. Like,
You displayed more of it, though. But
what did you say? just kidding.
that wasn't you a year ago. You were much more humble a year
the thing
ago.
is, I didn't have this a year ago. This was like something recently. I had a Switchblade, which I didn't usually show. Like I showed it on Skype. I never really showed it like in a video promo. So,
Maybe he will one
and
day.
they ended up breaking. So. Sadness.
Well, that was Skype for 3. We went on for about an hour. Probably want to cut some pieces of it out, but who knows? I wish to see Stoner in AWC again because Stoner is actually one of the most demanded characters in AWC. Really, truly, honestly, people love Stoner. I think most of it is because we will never see VTech, so it's like we want Stoner, and then it's like it's like I don't know. They want all the click. They want VTech, which will never happen. They wanted Rainy, but then Rainy got all pissed at me because of the whole Josh thing and left.
Oh yeah. Just gonna mention something here. The person I was fighting for, like telling him that Josh lied, was Rainy.
Makes sense. He doesn't like me at all
Really
now.
mad.
And I was like, well, I'm like, I haven't even talked to Rainy since. I'm like, fuck that guy. So, and the other would be like Stoner. So yeah, Stoner is of high demand. I also want to see Tony Blaze back in AWC again because he had a 2-match run and then like he did a promo. Your contract expired, so
Never promoted anything. I forgot that I had a contract with you. I forgot that I had spoken with you. And I had signed that contract and everything, and I was like, oh shoot, I'm in AWC. I completely forgot. And then when you're running, you guys know, when you're running it fed and you're trying to run the whole show and make sure the show comes out on time, plus you're working and real life hits, everything just hits at once. That's why I never tried to bring my character to life as an actual character. And when I did, it was mostly to put people over. So that's the reason why, because it's so hard to keep up with.
makes sense.
I would love to come back.
Hey, season 3 might be in 2017. You can always come back then.
Oh yeah.
Make that Rumble appearance. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this. I will see you guys all later. Make sure you check out Spring Bash, which is this Saturday, 8 p.m., 3-hour show. Going to be pretty dope. Stoner's in it, so yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You will.
I'm not part of the clique, so I'm not going to do it too sweet. But talk to you guys later.